Hampton National Historic Site is a National Park Service property in Towson, Maryland. Hampton was a plantation, a site of forced labor for hundreds of enslaved persons and indentured servants from 1750 through 1864. Iron workers, gardeners, skilled artisans, agricultural and domestic workers, grooms and jockeys were all forced to labor here for the benefit of generations of the Ridgely family, a family of businessmen, musicians, a Maryland governor, travelers, hostesses, and writers. Hampton Mansion today contains original artifacts from 3 centuries, and its slave quarters begin a story that recent ethnographic work builds on, tracing the lives of the people who built and sustained the Ridgely wealth. This virtual tour will walk in the footsteps of 15-year-old Rebecca Posey, an enslaved young woman whose story is a part of Hampton's story. You will see behind the scenes, sites of work not usually visible on Hampton's house tours.
We are currently standing in the main kitchen of the vast Hampton estate, where indentured, paid, and enslaved persons cooked for the Ridgely family and their guests. It is 1852, and young Rebecca Posey wanders into this kitchen, an enslaved person just curious about all the commotion and trying to stay out of sight, but then she hears a familiar sound, one that called for her specific service, one that was probably the most deafening and fearful of all sounds for that young girl in the entire house. Someone in the master bedroom is calling. What is Rebecca thinking? What could they want? A drink or some food?
This used to be the butler's pantry. We never show it on tours, but when Rebecca passed through, people would have been back and forth from the kitchen to the dining room, polishing silver, carrying food. Up the stairs to the left, there's a small door leading to the dining room. But we are going to continue Rebecca's journey up the stairs.
Maybe there's been a spill, or the chamber pot needs cleaning. I could ignore the call, but then I could be in trouble. I could answer the call, but then I could still get into trouble. The house is busy with summer guests arriving and gathering in the great hall. Rebecca must go through the pantry and up the servants' stairs as quietly and quickly as possible to see who is calling.
Hi, we're here in the master bed chamber. I'm putting on gloves here, so we're about to handle an item that if you have been here before, I'm sure you've seen on tours. We're going to open it up so that you can see what's inside. This is what was known as a night table, but if you open it up, the chamber pot would be stored inside. So when the master or mistress of the house would need to relieve themselves, instead of having to go outside, they had the convenience of using this piece of furniture. So imagine taking this chamber pot down the stairs without breaking it, with how delicate it is. It would have been very stressful.
Rebecca was called to clean out the chamber pot. She must now carry the pot back through the hall, down the stairs, and through all that commotion without spilling a drop. Rebecca and many others did this work, while the Ridgleys and their guests enjoyed the opulence and grandeur of one of the nation's wealthiest estates. Rebecca took a walk.
Later that year, Rebecca Posey, daughter of Mark and Rachel, sister of Mary and Alice, sought her freedom. By the 1860s, she was living in Baltimore City.